Grace Hopper Celebration 2020 is here, and I am excited. So I talked to some Googlers who are presenting at this year's conference. Let's find out more about their talks and what it was like preparing for the virtual format.
Welcome to this first ever
virtual event.
We are so excited to be a part of this event, which means so much to women all around the world.
So I feel like the Grace Hopper Conference is really meaningful because historically we haven't had the greatest representation of women in tech. It's getting a lot better, and I love how the Grace Hopper Conference really celebrates how far we've come, as well as providing this really great forum for women to support other women in tech.
I think it's really amazing to see people who are like you, who may have seen similar experiences and gone through similar challenges, and to learn from that. And I think that power is so incredible, to really feel like you are included and to really feel like you are a part of a community that reflects and represents you.
Grace Hopper represents a spirit that encourages us to go further with what we believe in, and it's also an opportunity that we find and empower each other.
In this conference, I'll be giving a talk with my coworker, Win Lee, and the talk is called Developing Live View in Google Maps. Live View is one of our new features that we've introduced into Google Maps. It uses augmented reality, machine learning, Street View, and VPS to make pedestrian navigation better. Winley and I kind of go through kind of the entire journey of building this, from making early prototypes and vision videos to failing a lot and having to go back to the drawing board a lot. All the way through to launching the product and the feature that you can see in Google Maps today.
So I'll be presenting with a coworker of mine around the topic of responsible AI. And specifically, we'll be talking about, as a PM, what can you do to help build ML products that are inclusive and responsible? How do you really include users in the machine learning development process? And what are some of the pitfalls? What are some of the things to keep in mind?
Our talk at Grace Hopper this year is about inclusivity and home automation. We start by talking about the history from the Second Industrial Revolution of how home automation came to be in terms of the proliferation of appliances at the turn of the 20th century, and how this led to a lot of liberation for women from domestic labor in the home. The rest of the talk really talks about modern automation and modern technology, and kind of based on the same ideas around the positive and the negative, talking about the benefits of inclusive design and the future of technology in the home, but also how this can create a lot of bias and negligence that we need to take account for and be aware of. And how do we design for this?
This year, I'm trying to help all the people who are affected by COVID layoffs by helping them nail their behavioral interviews. And so helping women succeed in their career, helping everybody succeed in my career has always been a passion of mine, and I'm continuing that with this year's talk.
The title of my topic is How to Care for Your Mental Health in 2020 and Beyond. The main goal of my session is to raise awareness on mental health at workplace. With all this happening in 2020, it is really important to keep talking about mental health issues and bring solutions to it.
We'll be giving a presentation followed by an interactive session with the audience. I'll be co-mentoring with another mentor who was my classmate but took a different engineering track. She's a product manager and I'm a software engineer in the security domain. The different career changes that we made, and we'll be talking about how you can make the career switch and embrace change in your career.
This time at GHC, we're hosting a panel discussion called Embracing Change Mindset for Career Advancement Amid COVID-19, Reorg, and Economic Hardship.
This year is going to be a little different because I will not get to see everybody in the session at the same time and feel that energy that I normally feel by seeing so many women together. But we'll have to make up for it by trying to have really meaningful discussions and connections and making the best use of technology to bridge that gap.
My presenting partner and I have really tried to practice amping up our energy, perhaps more so than we would do if we were presenting on stage, kind of using our hands a little bit more since this is kind of the frame that we have to work within. Our presentation also has a lot of interesting GIFs and videos, which we might have used on stage, but I think they make for a really good virtual presentation as well.
I would say one of the biggest things we were aware of, because this is a virtual event, is that we didn't have a Q&A section. So that unlike being on a stage where you can have time to actually communicate with your audience and figure out how to do that, we really were talking to our cameras and to our screens. And so I think really tried to make sure that, one, we were more dynamic, provided more examples, and really created that framework. And also that we left the talk with a number of places where viewers could go and learn more, because I think one of the biggest impacts for me of Grace Hopper was being able to learn more from the people I was learning from and talking to and meeting with. And we definitely want to make sure that everyone who is joining this virtual event can also leave with insights and resources and opportunities to learn more.
This year, they sent us this really massive kit where we have to pre-record our talk. And I'm doing it with a coworker of mine. So we have to sort of navigate across those boundaries.
We are looking to first talk about our experience so that the audience can feel more comfortable in interacting in virtually rather than in person. So we are first going to have some slides and talk about our own experiences and how our transitions took place in our career.
I think we will still make the most out of this virtual conference, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And so this is really a chance for us to kind of celebrate each other.
This is my 6th time going to Grace Hopper, and I'm just as excited as my first time.
It is so inspiring to hear about the amazing content lineup. I hope you're as excited as I am for the Grace Hopper Celebration 2020.